Morning, YouTube. It is Saturday morning. Overcast, a little bit of rain I think is coming in the morning, but it's cool out. I don't see 80 degrees until next Friday, all mid 70s. So we're going to take a little look in the hoop house. It did have a big heat surge again that my greens didn't like, but some of them are still holding in there. We're going in and take a look. Just put me up a little wash sink to wash the greens when we pull them out. Got a couple of Chinese long beans starting to get going. I'm gonna get them up on this trellis and there's some strings. Well, let's see what's going on. As you can see, things are starting to take off, especially the heat-loving stuff. The eggplants are getting to get going. That's Nagasaki, the long skinny ones. Still got some of these tatzoids that are still hanging in there. I do have a bunch that started to bolt. Got some mustard greens, giant mustard greens. Paris lettuce started to go downhill a little bit, so we ate the rest of that. The butter crunch though seems to hold up in the heat pretty good, so that's one for me to remember. Sweet potato vines, I mean, these I'm growing them just to eat the leaves. I ain't worried about the potatoes. Kale, still kale, doesn't the heat don't bother the kale. You can see a little bit of bolting going on here on this Chinese kale, I believe. Yeah, I think that's what this was, a Chinese kale. But we're still eating it. I put it in the salads. This is the Guylon. I ate a bunch of that. That was started to bolt too. You see back there that white flower. But we're still eating them. The peppers are starting to get going. They're loving the heat. I don't think the Brussels sprouts like it too much, but I do see small Brussels sprouts starting. I got some more cherry peppers and hanging baskets. They're starting to make flour. We're getting little tomatoes on the Sweet 100. I did have a problem in the greenhouse with aphids. I had to spray some soapy water. They were all over the Swiss chard. Look at the size of the leaf. I'm gonna eat some of this tonight. You can see a little bit of blacking on that spotted trout. It's basically the humidity in here that does them in. But the cucumbers, this is a Japanese variety that gets the long skinny ones. They're starting to get going. I'm starting to see now any flowers yet, but pretty soon you're going to see those. Some collard greens down the bottom. I've been still clipping away. I've been giving the mailman some bags of greens too. The string beans are starting to climb. That's good. And going up the trellis. This is starting to take off. It loves the heat. We ate some of this last night in the salad. You see any aphids? See right there? Getting a little bit of aphid problem. I've been spraying soapy water on them all. You're not gonna get that in a hoop house. I think we got some tomatoes here too on this. This is a 1 million, sweet 1 million. See how big it's starting to get, almost up to the ceiling. The beets are doing very well in here. Starting to get little beets, very good. Some more Guylon. The carrots are growing nicely. More Swiss chard. You guys seen all this stuff, but here's a flower opened up on a zucchini, but I don't have the other one, so I can't pollinate that. I'm getting sugar snap peas finally, starting to get flowers going. The purslane I transplanted. This lettuce we ate that was in here. Some more trout. This zucchini I did pollinate. I'm probably going to do a little more pollinate this morning. There's a big nice flower opened up right there. We'll get that one. You see this guy I pollinated the other day, and it's already swelling up. I got some lettuces in hanging baskets. That's the butter crunch. And you can see the butter crunch does pretty good in the heat. Not bad. This one I'm trying to clip away at. The Mizuna does really well. This is summer. Mizuna Summer. Got that from Baker Creek. Does well. I reseeded some more of that. The beet greens do really well in here. I reseeded some more of those. And in the fall, I'll have a lot of this stuff going. It's going to do much better in the fall. When I go from like end of August into the cooler months, the stuff's really going to grow good. We ate a lot of the taxoid. We ate more of it last night. You can see a little flowering, a little bolting. It doesn't like it once it starts getting up to 85 outside, and it's like pushing 90 something in here. Doesn't like it. And we got some more starts going on. Some other different greens I'm trying. Tokyo loose cabbage. I mean, I'm looking these stuff up on the internet and doing a little research. Looking for heat tolerant greens. We're going to try them out and see how they work out. You know, this gives me a good trial run to see what greens do well in the midsummer and which ones don't. This cucumber's taking off. I do see little cukes, but I don't see any other flowers, so I can start doing a little pollinating on these yet. But they'll be there. This is that Tom Zoll white tomato. Never grew this variety before. We're trying it out. Starting to get little flowers pretty right there. Got a whole bunch of other stuff up here. I got some more starts that I've been starting. Some more Swiss chard. Love the Swiss chard. The little gem. It's a type of a romaine. Seems like it holds up pretty good in the heat. Got some cabbages. The Georgia Rosta is running. Like I say, you can see it. You can see it right there, and it's starting to go over there. It won't be long that it's going to be all the way down there. But that's one I'm going to have to pollinate too. Got some string beans starting to make flour. We have some beans soon. Everything's moving along. You know, we keep getting these little heat surges, but what am I going to do? I can't do nothing about that. It was all week. This week's only going to be in the low 70s, so what are you going to do? Starting to get the tomatoes on the beefsteaks. Celery's picking up a little bit. This is a Cherokee Purple. I don't see any tomatoes yet, but tons of flowers. I'm sure they'll be there. Well, that's about it. Outside, I got a couple things growing, a couple more Georgia candies, and a gagutsa that, I don't know, was 2 weeks ago. We got rainy, cold, 40 degrees, and it really did a job on the gagutsa, but they're starting to push new leaves, and I think she'll be okay. So I picked strawberries. Everything's doing good. The hoop house is producing. I mean, we eat a salad, a good salad, every night. The neighbor comes over. She clips some salad. The mailman, I give him a bag of salad. Everybody's loving it. All right, YouTube. That's the update for the week. That's some loofah gourds. I got to get them in the ground. But everything is doing good. So far, so good. All right, YouTube. Take it easy.